Here's my concerns with a brush cleaner. In our studies, our research, and we've researched this many years, but our research tells us that the max efficiency or effectiveness of a belt cleaner is that it's going to get about 40%. That's max. Now, if we compare that to earlier conversations, we said a primary and a secondary would get 90%. The max that we expect out of one brush cleaner is 40%. Now, if you add additional belt cleaners in there, you might get more than 40, but the max that we expect is 40%. That's that's a struggle. That's a concern that we have. You need to be aware of that. It's human nature. I think it's nothing more than human nature that maintenance staffs want to overtension brush cleaners. I think it's human nature that they want to overtension any belt scraper. And here's why I think it's human nature. If a belt brush is working, well, it should work better if we put more pressure on it. The concern with that more pressure, and I think you'll always have it, is those bristles are designed to deflect. Um, in most manufacturers of the brush are going to tell you that bristles shouldn't deflect any more than about a quarter of an inch. It beyond a quarter of an inch, those bristles are going to start to break, and that's concerning. Bristles breaking aren't a warranty issue, and that certainly could happen. One of the other problems that we have with brush cleaner is that they become ineffective if and when material builds up in them. So material can cake up into those brushes, and those become a lot more ineffective when that happens. And then the other issue that we have is that they're going to create some dust. So there's a motor attached to this thing. There's a spinning brush inside there that's going to pull air in. It's called induced air. It induces air into the system, and you're going to have to manage that air at the next point of trying to settle material. So if you're unfamiliar with how to control dust, I'll really ask you to refer to some of our previous webinars on dust control. And you need to recognize that when you add brush cleaners, you're increasing induced air. That's going to cause you some dust problems that you'll have to contend with. So brush cleaners are again they seem really great, but there's just some unintended consequences that you need to be aware of.